Hello and welcome to my channel, Makincrafts. Today I'm back with these folios that I was working on yesterday, and I also have the bits and pieces. We're going to make some clusters and different things to go in the folio. So this is the one I made off camera, and it's just the same. I made it the same way, kind of. It's missing one of the flaps. And so then this one is the one we made together. And so we've got this little flap here, and it's an accordion style folio, but I think it'll be great for ephemera. And so I've gone ahead and cut out the bits and pieces from the folio kit, as well as some from the In the Forest kit. And if you missed yesterday's video, be sure to check it out because it explains which kits I am using. I'm using 2 kits from Sweet Pea Curiosities. So I'm going to just make some clusters and different bits and pieces that can go in here, and so then whoever receives this folio can use them in their journal. I've also pulled out some Tim Holtz, what do you call these? Not fussy cuts, Tim Holtz die cuts. I can't remember which die cut pack it is, but if I remember or I can find it after the video, I will put it in the description below. And I'm also still got the pages from the kit, and so some of them has images on that I may cut out and fussy cut and put onto our tags and our different journaling cards. And then I have some pieces that I printed out when I was making a folio before, and I printed it wrong. I was going to try to print it front and back, but that doesn't work out to do that. As you can see in the video before how I put this together, you can't print them front and back because then these tabs are going to show. So I've got these, and I may use some of these as well. So I've just got a bunch of little things laying out to make these clusters. So I'm going to set this aside for now, and let's just see what we have here. So these are going to be very simple, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. So this is already decorated up, and I'm wondering, some of the clusters, I think I'm just going to make them like little side pieces like this, because these are great that you can tuck things in. You can use them on the side of a page, and I think I'm going to punch a hole in that. And I really don't have any ideas. I'm just going to play today and see what we come up with. It doesn't have to be, I don't feel like I needed to have a plan. I just want to play. So I do want to go back and just ink the backs of these, but I'm not going to do it for each one on camera. I will just go and do that later on. But I think these two, I really like these two together like this. And I don't know if I need to ink the backs or not, because they could be used for journaling spots, but also they can just be used as, like, you put it on a page. Let me just pretend like this is a page here. So pretend like this is a journal page, and then you would just put it on the side here, and then you could, you know, tuck things in it. Or we could put it and tuck here. That may be whichever way you decided. So if he's gonna staple here, then and tuck that way, we'd put it on this side of the page. It doesn't show up very well on this one, but hopefully that makes sense. So I'm gonna get my stapler out because I'm gonna staple some of these as well. And then some I'm going to just sew down the edge. So let me get my stapler. And I do, oh, I forgot to say that I have some scrap fabric. I've got torn up right there, some canvas, and then I have my box of scrap fabric and lace. And it's behind me. Right here it is. And so I've just got all kinds of bits and pieces in there. So I'm going to throw it over here on the side for now and see, do we want any fabric? This is like the selvage, the edge of a fabric. Kind of like that though. Wonder if we want that there. And then this sticking out. I kind of like that, so we're going to do that. So let me just trim this off. Let me see if that's the right length. I think I'll trim just a little bit more off. Okay. I think it's just a fun, I think this is just a fun afternoon activity today. It is, it's actually, this video will be uploaded a different day, but for me, it's actually a Sunday afternoon. And so I just wanted something relaxing and just fun to do that doesn't take a lot of thoughts put into it. You just, when I go to decorating things and play like this, I don't really have to think about it that much, just enjoy what I'm doing. So I think that, because there's not a lot of measurements and things. I guess that's what I should say. And then put it on there like that. And I want that ragged edge sticking out. So then I think I will, I'm not going to sew this one because then it would sew through the picture. So I'm just going to staple this on about there. so that'll be together. And I could put 2 staples so it makes a good pocket, a good little tuck spot. And then you could just tuck something in there when you had it on your page. So that's good, I like that. So we'll just lay that one aside. We're just gonna do some little simple things like that. And then we can put them all in the pockets. So just look and see what we have here. We have this little bird, kind of like this with the bird. Now all of them's not gonna be layered up like this, but you'll see that I'm just gonna, I'll do some and then I'll probably switch to a different style, but just, you know, having fun with what I'm doing. So it doesn't have to be anything special. That little circle fits perfect there. That might be cute. And then how about a red mushroom on the bottom? That's kind of looking cute, looking good. I do have a whole drawer full of Tim Holtz ephemera pieces, and I might just find some more and maybe put a little tag there. Okay, I'm liking how that looks. So let me get, I don't need Fabri-Tac to glue this one. I just need to use my regular Tombow glue. So I'm just going to glue that little circle right in the circle where the bird's feet are. And these cards, I think these 2 may have came from the journal kit. I'm not sure, but I will link to both kits and you can see online. I'm pretty sure she puts in her Etsy listings what all is in the kit, so you'll be able to see which ones it came from. But I'm just using in the forest kit and then the vintage folio kit. And like I said in my other video, there's enough in the vintage folio kit that you don't have to combine the 2. It's just that I loved the images in the forest kit, and so I just wanted to combine them into, you know, one little project. So now for this one, I am just going to staple it as well. And I like putting clusters like this. I might just tuck that in there too, like that. Not too much though, because we don't want to lose our little bird. And then we'll just staple maybe right in there. I like that. That's another one. And like I said, I think I'll go back through and ink them later. I have inked some of the pieces, but not all of them. Let's see what we have now. This is a fairly big one. Miss Clarissa is saying hello. You want to say hello? She had to jump up in my lap. She just woke up from her nap and she had to come visit me. Now she's gone to do something else. Probably get into something. Kind of like those mushrooms there. Kind of thinking though that I want these owls on it. So I want to fussy cut those out really quickly. I'm thinking that they would be cute on this card here. Hopefully they're not too large. So I'm just gonna just loosely trim around the image. I have mushrooms in my Tim Holtz ephemera and flowers and things, but there wasn't any animals, so I thought it'd be neat to add an animal too. And I may have should have fussy cut this earlier, but I don't think it's going to take me that long to cut it out. Okay. And then what if we turned it like this and put that on there? I think that's very cute. I like that. So let's just, do we want any fabric underneath it or anything? I don't think so. I think it looks good like that. So how is everyone today? I am doing good. I'm finally feeling better. I'm so glad to be back in my craft room and to be feeling better. And hopefully it stays that way. I don't know if you saw my other video where I was mentioning that I was very sick for quite a while, or on my Facebook page I also mentioned I was sick, and so that's why there was some of the videos that were coming out were pre-recorded, but I had been sick during that time. I wasn't actually recording them during that time. But I am better now. The doctors think that it was a tick bite. I don't know if in your area if you have what ticks are, but ticks are like little bugs that will you know, get on you and bite you, and then they can make you very sick. And so they think that's what made me sick. So I don't know. We're not sure. We're not positive, but the treatment for that's what helps. So we're thinking that's what it was. I wonder if I just want to put a specimen card there. Trying to decide what should go up there. Just looking over here in my bits and pieces from Tim Holtz. It's kind of what I like the size of, but not quite what I wanted. And I am so ready to start fall crafting. So this kind of made me think of fall, even though it's really in the forest, could be summertime, could be any time of the year. It made me think of fall, and so I wanted to play with it. And I'm just ready to start doing some fall crafting. I don't know what does that look like? I like that. I know it's kind of early, but I'm ready for cooler weather. It's been so hot here. I do not like the hot weather. So I am ready for some fall weather. We are an area that's very blessed with fall. We have beautiful, our leaves change colors, and it's just gorgeous here when fall gets here. So I like that too. So that's a cute one too. So we got another one made. This is one of the tags that was in the kit. I just put it together like that, and I may just use it. I don't know if I'll add anything to it or what I'll do with it. Let's see, we got a little library card here. We could leave it like it is, or we could dress it up a bit. Maybe with just a butterfly. Keeping it really simple. Where is my fabric? There's another little piece. I don't know if I want fabric behind this one or not. Or should this one just be like a journaling card? My head just hit the camera. Sorry about that. I just made it move a little bit. Let's see, we have some flowers here. We could add, don't want to cover up the whole thing though. I just want to add a little something to it, but not cover it up. So I'm going to add the butterfly. I do like that. There we go. I don't know if I want to add that or not. It's kind of, you kind of dressed it up, didn't it? And then the ones I want to stitch, I'll just come back and stitch later because I may just stitch that on. So I'll just add a little bit of glue to add it for now. Oops, it stuck to my finger. I've already got glue on my fingers. And then I'll add just a little line of glue. And then once that dries, I can just stitch right over it, I think. I don't think that'll be a problem. Oops, got a string. And I pulled it, and I shouldn't have. I thought it was looser than that. Trying to get it off. Okay, there we go. So there, and then we'll just stitch that on in a few minutes. So I'll just lay that aside in my, I'll make a pile that needs to be stitched. And I know this is like a big mess on camera, but this is the way I can work, and we can just figure out what we have here and what we're going to decorate with. It's just easier for me that way. So that one would be pretty there. Or we could add this. I think that's pretty. I am just keeping them simple, but just decorating them up some. I think that's a little bit right there that's supposed to come out that didn't. There we go. Get that out. And there we go. The little piece is stuck to my finger. So it's kind of simple, but I like it. We're just I'm not sure if I want to add much to each one. Guess it varies on what it is. Okay, let's see what else we have here. This is bird life. And what if we just made another little side tuck piece for our page, just using, don't know yet, maybe just this, and staple it together. I kind of want to do it on this side so we don't cover up that rose. That's very pretty. Just staple it. Okay. And do I want to add anything there? You could add like a label. It says specimens. That's kind of too big for what I was thinking. Pull out some more here. I see some more of these mushrooms. Trying to turn them over so I can decide if there's anything I want to use. I think they're all too big. Have a little piece of this ruler. What would that look like? No. A little bitty bird. That's too small. Like that. So let's just add that one. I'm trying to remember what these are called. It's on the tip of my tongue what these Tim Holtz pieces are from, which collection they're from, but I cannot think of something. Maybe like field guide, I don't know. So put that there. And let's see here. We have some little tags. We have this. Just look in here. It's kind of neat there. I love this mushroom card. Maybe just put a journal. I stamped that out with my little stamps. I'll show you what I have here. It's these little alphabet stamps. And so I just stamped that out using my alphabet stamps. And I think that might be cute on there. Just add that. And then I have glue all over my fingers, sticking to everything. We'll add it right there, journal. And then do I want to add something behind it or with it to make it another little tuck spot? Or you could use it as a pocket of some sort as well. So I'm thinking, I just like that. But I think I want to just stitch it down the edge there. So I'm going to just add a little dab of glue so it stays until I come back to stitch. And I'll stitch before the end of the video so that I can come back and show you what they look like once I stitch them. Let's see. Got this bird here, little bird on a branch. Trying to see. Now, I think these just look like photos. I don't know if I want to do much with them or not. Well, there's a cute little squirrel. Hadn't noticed that before. Let's see. How about the squirrel on there? Making another little cluster there with the squirrel. I think I will stitch it as well. And I need to punch that little hole out. So I'm curious, what all are you all working on right now? Are you working on a journal? Are you just working on, what kind of project are you working on currently? What kind of journal? Are you working on fall stuff? Are you working on summer? Or are you just busy watching YouTube videos right now? Sometimes in my life, there's times that I'm not working on anything. I'm just working on watching YouTube videos. And I'm just, a lot of times just working on, just watching others craft, because sometimes that's what I feel like I can do best at that time. So these I just stamped out as well using those same little, the numbers from that little, alphabet set. And so I liked how that looked, and then I just grunged it up a little bit. So I just like that. So I'm gonna put that there. So let's see, that looks a little, this is cute, but this is too short for it. What does this look like with it? could make a layered side pocket with it. So, for example, you know, you would tuck something here, and then you could tuck something here. I think that's what I'm going to do with that, is make a side pocket. And I'm trying to think. I don't want another layer because then that's going to cover that up. I think that's going to be the best thing. Could make a triple. I think that's what I'll do. I'll make like a triple pocket. So let me get my little hole punch here. I want to punch just like a little thumb hole on each one. I'm just gonna eyeball the center there. And then we'll do that one too. And I'm just probably got enough ink left over, yep, on my sponge that I can just ink it. Okay, so for this one, what we're going to do is I'm going to glue just on the edge here, just to attach it to this one, to make our layered pocket. And just even it up there. Oops, went too far down. Okay, we'll do it this way and then we'll turn it sideways. And so this one, I don't think I'll put a tab there. I'm not sure. Let me think. Do I want a tab on that one? I guess I could. I just don't want to cut into mushrooms much. I think I'll put a really small one on there. And that way, you can see that it's a pocket as well. So then I'm just going to add a little glue on the edge here. Oops, I'm off camera. A little glue on the edge here. I'm not going all the way down, just halfway down, because only halfway is going to be on this one. And then, I got to see how wide it is, because I don't want it too wide for my page. That's about 5, so I'm going to bring it in just a little. Bring it in just a little. So it's 4 3/4. That way it'll fit my pages. And so there we have, and so when you glue it down, you know, you'll glue it to your page like here and here. And so once you glue it down, you'll have like a pocket here and a pocket here. Now, when I was making that, I didn't think about it. That's not going to go in our folio, is it? I think I may have made that too big for our folio. So what if I just what if I take, don't know now. If I just made it 2 wide instead of 3, it would fit in our folio. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to have to come back and let's see, how can we fix that paper there so it doesn't look bad? We could put something on the back of it here. We'll just cover it up with some of this thinner paper that I had printed out the journal pages on. So let me find my scissors, and let's just cut a strip off, kind of like a little washi tape strip. We'll glue it there, and because the back's not going to be seen, but when we give this to somebody, they are going to see the back, so we don't want it to look a hot mess. Maybe we take a whole strip. I have a whole piece of paper. Is this long enough? Yes. So we'll just cut a strip from this. That's just so we neaten up the back since we left that glue spot. You don't have to do this. If you're just making it for yourself, I definitely wouldn't do this. So then I'm just going to add that there. That will dress it up, and then I can just trim it off. That way we don't have an ugly looking edge. That's the great thing about junk journals. You can cover stuff up, just add more paper. There we go. And it does hold those pockets together more. So I'm just going to trim this off here and here. And then it looks like I need to trim up through here. And please excuse the dogs and their barking. They've gotten real excited. So there we have our pockets. So that should fit in our journal. And do I want to sew them together? I think so. So I'm going to put it in my sewing pile. So we're getting close to using up all our pieces. I'm just looking to see what we have now. Some of these are just paper scraps that I brought over here just in case I wanted to use them. Could just make another cluster up. Just simple little clusters. Just trying to decide if I can make another little pocket piece. That almost fits. And we did like that. That would be cute. Could, nope, that's not wide enough. Is there any more pieces wide enough to layer with that? This could layer. Could layer all this up and have a pocket. I think that's what I'll do. And then I'll trim it all to be the same width. So let's just start adding it together. So I'm just going to put a dot of glue here, and then I'm going to come back, I think, and stitch it. Because I don't want to add too much glue, because we're not, you know, gluing all the way down because it's not going all the way down. So then this one will go on top here. Okay, I'm kind of going to center it up so that when I trim it off, we don't lose too much of one side, so it don't look lopsided. Just going to center it up there. I think I'm going to go up a little higher. Might have should have put thumb holes in all of those, but I didn't. So now let's just trim it off even. Just a okay, let's see here. Trying to hold it straight. There we go. So we've got a layered pocket. I do wonder if I should have punched thumb holes, but I think it's too late now. Yes, it's too late. So let me see if I can ink those though, so they show up more. Don't know. Once you have something in them, you'll be able to see that's a pocket anyway. And so then when you glue it on your page, you'll glue it all the way down across the bottom, and it'll be a pocket. So I'll do like that too, and I think I'll stitch that one together. So we're about to run out of some of our pieces here of the cards that I had. Like I said, some of this is just paper. What if we made a cluster using this and maybe this? Maybe just like that. Like that. Okay, and then we could add a decoration to it. What if we added flowers or another little mushroom? I think that's the wrong color mushroom. Wait a minute here. We got some. This one might actually blend in though. Too much, yeah. Just keep looking. Ooh, maybe this little green one here. I like that, so I'm just going to add that. Try not to think too hard about any of these. And now I'm thinking this one might be cute added on the side. Nope, I think it's too much. Okay, so we got that one. And let me see. I don't know if I'm going to use everything up. Oh, we have this little frog. Where should we put him? That's cute. That is a very cute little frog. We have to use him. Thinking that he'll just be another little cluster right here. And what if we put a little bug at the top there for the frog? Or let's see. Maybe this little green one shows up more. Maybe he's right underneath there. I like that. Okay, we'll just add that. There we go. So we've got another one made. That was pretty quick for that one. And then we got these little pieces. Don't know, something like that. I don't know now. I'm not sure what I want to do now to the rest of them. That kind of looks cute like that. So I think I'll just staple it together. And then I think that's about it. We got these little tags here. But I think we're getting pretty low on things. So let me just go ahead and stop and sew, and then I'll come back. Oops, we have these tags here though. Wait just a second. Let's pull out. I thought I had 2 of these tags, but now I'm not seeing it. Oh, here's the other one. Let's go ahead and do the tags. Let's add like some mushrooms or some flowers. Maybe this way. This way. And we could add butterflies, or we could even add bigger mushrooms. Kind of like that. That looks really good on there. And then maybe this one, just a big butterfly on it. I like the mushroom on that one. And I apologize for the dog barking in the background. She's fussy today. She wants attention. So we're just going to put that on there. And then this one, just like, I don't know, it needs something more though, doesn't it? I don't know. Don't want to cover that up. Maybe add this. And I trim that off there. Or we could put it all the way to the top there. And then we'll trim it off. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew these up, and then I'm going to come back and show you all of our finished pieces. Just going to trim that off. There we go. And then add our butterfly. Just going to put glue in the middle because I think the wings are going to hang off some. I'm not sure exactly where. There we go. I like that. Okay, let me clear off my desk and then I'm going to sew these up and I'll be right back. So here is the stack of pieces that we completed, and let me get the folio out and we'll go ahead and put them in there as we go. So we have, this one is really big. It's really tall and going to stick up, so I may hold off from where I'm going to put that until I figure it all out. And so this one we made just gluing some things together. I did not sew that one. I will show you the ones I sewed in a few minutes. So we have those there. And then what about if we go over here and we put our other tag along with maybe this cluster that we stapled together. And then we'll open back up here. We've got so many places to put things. So we have this one that we stapled and glued. And I think it'll be cute, the frog peeping out of that pocket. And then over here, I'm just going to go back and forth so we can have a mixture of sewed and not sewed. There's another one that we stapled. Then we have this one. I'm just going through all the stapled one first. I probably should slow down and let you see them, but we did make them together, so I figure you've already seen them. I think that'd be cute there. Let's pull out some of the sewed ones. Let's see. So this one was one we sewed, and I just added some stitching there for the butterfly. What if we add that one in this pocket? It'll stick up a little, but I think that's okay. Let's just open this up like this. So then we have this little pocket that we made together. It's going to be a side pocket, but we'll just tuck it right in there. And then here is another one. Some of these are going to be too tall for up here, so I'm going to have to figure out which ones are too tall and which ones are not. So we can put the ones that's not on the bottom. So we'll flip it over. We got more room back here to put some on the bottom here. So this one is one we stapled together, and we glued a little bit, I think. And then what I did was some of those scraps I showed you that I had left over where I had printed the paper wrong. I just made little pockets. I thought that would be cool to have pockets already made up for a journal. And let me see here. We're trying to find something small. Did I not make anything small this time? Maybe not. So it may just have to stick out of the pockets a little bit, some of the pieces. Let's see. How far would that one stick up? Not too far. And then we'll put this one here. It's not going to fit in that one, so we're going to have to put it in one of our slanted pockets. And we'll take this one out. See if it fits there and it's slanted. Some of these I may have made too big. They won't be going in this project, but they may have to go in a different project. That is really cute. I hate that I can't use it, but I'm going to have to figure out where I can put it because it's kind of too wide there. I didn't think about that. Some of these I didn't think about when I was doing it, how wide they were going to be and how tall. But that's okay. This is fine. So put some in there. Put our little, let's put that one over here. A little photo there. These smaller tags can go at the top here. So that's what we'll do. We'll take the smaller tags out of these. And this one is smaller, so let's put this in the top here. There we go. And then for this one, we could just put another pocket in there. And I made another pocket. I think we did that one together. So this is going to be full of something, of things that people can, whoever gets this can use in their journals. They can use them in their whatever crafting that they're doing. So we'll go ahead and have them some things made up. Now this one is a bit wide as well. So I'm just going to tuck it in there. How about this one? This one could fit in there. What do we have left? This one I made, but I did not make it for this folio. It was just a side pocket. It was just extra left over, so I just turned it into a side pocket. I stitched it and just put a thumb hole there. That'll be for something else. It's not actually for this project. And I think I'll have this one just going into this pocket. And let's flip it over and see what we have in these pockets. Are they full? No, they are not. Would that one fit in that pocket? I don't think so. I think it's too wide. So we need to look and see what we put up here. So let's see, this one. Let's see if this pocket's any wide. It's not. Just have to rearrange until we figure out. So this one has two things in the pocket. So let's flip that around here. And it could go in one of these pockets. I think right here. And then we had some bits and pieces left over that could go in our pockets. Some of the things we've already cut out. That could go in there. Oops. And you could also add, ephemera, like little pieces of ephemera in there. You could add that little mushroom there. And how about the little bug? Put the little bug here. So now let's see if we have all of our pockets full. It feels really full, and we do have pieces sticking out, so maybe if I turn that one, I'm just trying to decide. I probably should have made that just a little smaller. Let's see how that looks. It is full, but I think that's okay because it's full of all kinds of things. And I may just lay this in here so that whoever gets it could have that one as well. That's what I will do. But that is a full little folio, and I may have should have thought it through a little bit more, the sizes of my projects, but that's okay because I wanted there to be clusters and things that people could use. Whoever got this could use it. And I'm thinking about putting this in my Etsy shop. I'm going to be doing a shop update soon. This one needs inking. I'm going to be doing a shop update soon and putting quite a few of my mini journals and mini pockets and different things that I have made. I'm going to put in my shop because I can't keep everything that I make, and so I feel like I need to get rid of some of the things, so I'm going to put them in my shop so that maybe others can enjoy them as well. Now I'm thinking right here we need to add a string, and I think that would look good sticking out. So let me see. That may be an idea because it is sticking out. We could tie string in there, I don't know. But I do like how it looks. So here is the other one. So this one I need to go back and make some clusters with the bits and pieces that's in it. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this one for myself or if I will get rid of this one as well. We'll just have to see. I really like it. I like both of them. I think they both turned out really good. So I hope you enjoyed seeing me create the clusters as well as the folio. If you missed the folio video, I will link it below, and I will link below to Sweet Pea Curiosities shop and to all of these two kits. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.